That's Hunter.
What's truly good, fam? Today we're going to talk about unlocking bass lines once again, but we're going to take a slightly different approach. When it comes down to using a sample from wherever you get it from Splice or a friend of yours, typically they will include the information about the key and the BPM. So in this case, they say this sample is 99 BPM. So what we can do is just change in whatever DAW you use the session BPM to 99. Then we're going to turn on the metronome here. Now the next thing we're going to do is touch the keys to see if that lines up with what it says. It says it's in D major. And that lines up. Now, what we're going to do is use MIDICulous. This is what I use to showcase the keys on the screen for the people who've been asking. I'll leave this tagged in the description for you guys, linked below. All right, for my beginners, we're going to take this back to the basics. C, and we're going to do a C major scale. The code to find any scale is the formula, which is 2 whole steps. So you have, that's 2 whole steps. 1, 2. Now we have a half step. Now we have 3 whole steps afterwards. 1, 2, 3, and then a half step. So that's going to be whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Within these major scales are chords that are embedded into the scale. We identify these by using the number system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now, within these numbers come chords that follow. All right, now these are slightly different voicings, but for the most part, it covers the overall quality. So when I listen to this progression here, I'm already hearing the progression. The progression is starting from the 2nd degree. Then they're going to the 6th degree. Now they did some type of 4 major 7 and then to the 6, or they added a little bit of some sauce on there. This is gospel, so they got a little bit of this minor 11 thing going on. What this is going to do is unlock our bass lines. Now that we know this progression based on the key and based on the number system, we can now get busy with the bass. Now the bass I'm going to use is my subsequent 37 expansion. You can see that it's in the sampler here, right? So you can take the one shots that are included in my pack and drag and drop them into any sampler of your choice, whether it doesn't matter what DAW it is. So now we have these are the secrets, and if you want to take it to the next level and really go for the deep dive, then I strongly recommend you check out my Viral Sound Masterclass. This is where we break down these chord qualities and get into the specific voicing so you'll be able to understand bass lines even better. We also cover the entire production process, from production to sound selection, mixing and mastering. And my favorite part is the community aspect. This is where we can ask questions, communicate with each other, and who knows, maybe feature you on one of my next projects. If you're serious about really taking your musicianship in your production to the next level, then I'll leave the Viral Sound tag below for you guys. So from this point, this is where we can decide to go into production mode. So we can go ahead and actually start to produce this. Basically take this sample and chop it up. So now we have this here, and I'm just gonna put this into Slice. And we could do this by beat. Perfect. Now we're going to get a little drum loop in here. So we're going to go to my kits. Now we're going to chop this up to the drum loop. Now we have our bass. So we know from the original sample that it starts on a 2 and then it ends on the 6 to E to B. This is the basic. Now we can go. Keep it simple. Sometimes if I don't like that tone, I'll change the key. Now what we can do here to, instead of having to shift our playing to the next key, we can actually keep it in this current key. We can go ahead and record this. So here we go. So there's a way we can do it. The fast way to do it is just to go ahead and bounce these both. So what we'll do is do freeze and flatten these tracks, and we can go ahead and get rid of that. And so in post, we can now change the keys. And you can do this in any DAW, whether in Logic or whatever, but in Ableton, all we have to do is double click on these audio files. I'm shift clicking them. And then we can just change the key here now. Woo. So that'll bypass having to physically play and change the key. Now for me, I'll typically change the key just from the sample phase because I might like how that sample sounds. And then that's gonna change what bass notes I play and how I play them. If you guys wanna go deeper into bass lines, I have another video tagged up here for you guys to check out. If you guys got any value out of this video, give your brother a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on those bell notifications, and I'll holler at you in the next one. Peace.